Happy Saturday, guys. Welcome into Super WildCard Weekend, Daily Juice Edition, day number 1 for us with this. We've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 playoff games for you. My name's Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Every morning we are here for the Daily Juice podcast. Tomorrow morning is our live stream with me solo, Dan Harris. Pour one out for Mr. Dan Harris. Unfortunately, he no longer is with us here with BettingPros, but he will be sorely missed. It'll just be me coming up on Sunday morning for the live stream, 8 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, breaking down the 3 games that will take place on Sunday. But we have 2 games going on here for us tonight on a Saturday morning, afternoon, evening. I want to go right into it here for us, and it's a great day to use the $10 offer, $10 bet $150 on any event you will win with that promo code JUICE150 at BetMGM or BetMGM.com. Promo code again, JUICE150 with a $10 wager. You win $150 regardless of the outcome for that wager. All right, so you guys know that we're already into the Patriots for plus 10, under 50, okay? By the way, 17-1, last 18 games. If you teased the dogs during WildCard Weekend, it's a stat that John Ewing from BetMGM put up the other day. That's a hell of a stat. So I like that Patriots plus 10, under 50 bet coming in here. We know the weather's going to be frigid. We're on pace for the coldest game in Patriot history. More on that game here in just 1 second. So what I've got for you guys here today, 2 bets on the Raiders and the Bengals. We already given you the Patriots side and total teaser. Got 4 props and a bonus one as well if you want to jump in as well with that. So we got a 4 spot of prop bets to get into here today. So let's get right to it so we're not talking too long. Okay, so let's talk about the team total. This game, I lean under, all right? 48.5 is the total for this game. I lean under for this. Here's where I am on the Patriots, on the Raiders and the Bengals. The weather's going to be an interesting factor, okay? Now, the wind is not going to be all that bad, but the cold is significant. Derek Carr's a West Coast guy, California kid, Fresno State, now a Raider indoor quarterback, going on the road to Ohio, all right? Do we know how he's going to fare? Do we have any idea as how Derek Carr is going to perform? I don't know. The first time these two teams played in Vegas, Derek Carr threw for 215 yards. Now, I know he threw all over the Chargers, but that was at home last week. I think that was an anomaly. I don't think this Raider offense is going to score all that much. I know Waller's coming back, but I think they'll be able to take care of Waller. I don't think Deshaun Jackson has a big game. I don't think Zay Jones lights the world on fire. I don't think Perrault gets open down the field. And I don't think Josh Jacobs gets the passing game going here. And I just think this Raider offense is going to have a hard time scoring. Their team total is 21.5. Now, I lean under in this game. So what I'm going to do is this. Because of the weather, because I don't think this offense scores all that much, I'm going to take a half a unit, and I'm going team total under for the Raiders. Not buying this offense. I know people are saying, their offense, they're not turning the football over. But they also, other than that Charger game, they're not scoring. Okay, look at the road games, the wins against the Browns and whatnot. Just not scoring a lot of points. 21.5, half a unit under on the Raiders for tomorrow. Early game, in the first game of the day. Now, what are we doing with the other half a unit? Again, I lean towards the under, but what happens if the game is like 30-7? Like, what happens if the Bengals just go in there and destroy the Raiders? The under could come in, but what happens if the Raiders score a little more than I thought? What if the Raiders score 20? Okay, so they get to 20 points. Total is 48. What happens if there's a 30-point performance by the Bengals, which I think is really possible? They scored 34, 33 points in the first game. Can they score 30? I think they can score 30 on this Raiders defense. I really do. I'm going to take their team total and go over 27.5, over on the team total for the Cincinnati Bengals. So essentially, it's a 1-unit bet on the under, but it's a way of sort of hedging a little bit because it's 48.5. Okay, so technically, when you take 21.5 and you take 40, or you take 27.5, technically that's 49. So like you're getting a little bit of a play there, kind of on that, but 48.5 is the current total. I'm just taking this game and I'm going to think that the Bengals score 30 and the Raiders score 17, right? Somewhere in that range, okay? under 21.5 for the Raiders, half a unit. And we're going over 27.5 for the Bengals, half a unit. Both those bets are at minus 110. Maybe it's a hedge off each other, trying to knock them both down. I do think the Bengals are going to win this game, okay? But because of the very interesting trend, if you want even more action on this, I do like a same game teaser of teasing this up from 6 to 12, Raiders plus 12, take the over from 42.5 and tease it down and take the over. Okay. I do think that that's a potential way of playing this. I think 30 to 14 is very possible, but then you lose the teaser if that were to happen. So you need it to be, somewhere in the 30 to 20 type of game, right? 30 to 20 would be perfect. If it landed 30 to 20, we would hit every bet, right? We'd hit the same game teaser. We would hit the over 27.5, hit the under 21.5. It would be beautiful. Okay. That's a score we're eyeballing. We're gunning for a 30 to 20 final for the Raiders and the Bengals. The over would hit in that game in that instance, but we would come in and hit all of our bets if that were to happen. So, not official on the teaser, but the official play for the Raiders and the Bengals. We're going over team total Bengals 27.5, under team total 21.5 for the Raiders. Okay. More on that game coming up here in just 1 second with the prop bets, but we've got that bet, Patriots plus 10, under 50, minus 120 for the same game teaser in the evening game for the Bills and the Patriots. There's a real shot that that's like a 24-20 win for the Patriots. I'm not going to lie that I definitely will have some sprinkles on the money line for the Patriots to win the game, but that's just a personal play for me. I'm a fan of the Patriots, clearly. There's money coming in heavily. The pros are on Buffalo, okay? The pros think the Patriots aren't that good. Public taking Belichick. Totally understand it. I get it. If the Bills win, I'm going to tip my cap. They're the better team. They're at home. They're supposed to win. Patriots have a rookie quarterback starting on the road for the first time. Tough spot. At night, drunk crowd, freezing temperatures, Florida kid, tough deal. It's going to be a very tough game for the Patriots coming up tomorrow. Or tonight, sorry. Okay, so here are the player props, a quarter unit plus a bonus one if you want as well. All right, so as I mentioned, team total for the under for the Raiders, I'm going to go under Derek Carr's passing total of 254.5 passing yards. I think that's too high. I think he's somewhere in the low 200s for this game. I think the weather could come into play big time. I think pressure on Carr could come in here big time. And I think they got to run the football, to be quite honest. They can't turn the football over. I don't mind betting the yes on a Carr interception as well. But I'm going to go quarter unit Derek Carr under 254.5 passing yards for this game. And in the same game, I'm going to take Joe Burrow over 1.5 touchdown tosses. How are they going to score? I think Joe Mixon could score very easily. It's just really juiced up. It's like minus 140, minus 150 for Joe Mixon to score. I think Mixon could have a big game. Probably not as big as the game he had in game number 1, where he had over 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't think he's going to have that type of game, but I do think he's going to be a major factor and a big problem for this Raiders defense. I like Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns in this game. I think he throws at least 2, and I wouldn't hate Jamar Chase anytime touchdown or a Tyler Boyd anytime touchdown. You want to get in there, but the official play would be Burrow over 1.5 touchdowns at minus 165. There are different ways of betting that, obviously. Different books are going to have different prices. I got that at the Westgate in Vegas at minus 165. Joe Burrow over 1.5 touchdown tosses. And on the night game, I don't think we're going to see Mac Jones dropping back to throw the ball a ton, okay? They don't trust him. I just don't think that's the game plan for the Patriots. I think the weather's going to be an issue. I don't think the Patriots are going to trust Mac Jones. His attempts is 30.5 at minus 110. I'm going to go under here on Mac Jones, under 30.5 passing attempts. Just think the Patriots are going to try to run the football. And yeah, they may be down a lot and they may need to pass the ball a ton, but I think if Mac Jones is back there throwing the ball 30 times, they're getting blown out. And it's a bad sign for the Patriots. I don't think they want to trust their rookie quarterback first ever playoff game on the road, making that type of start, having him drop back and throw the football like that. And then Nick Folk, his point total is 6.5, and the over's actually got some plus money to it. The over 6.5 points for Nick Folk is plus 105. So we need 2 field goals and a extra point. out of Nick Folk. 13 points is what we need the Patriots to score here, and then we're going to be good for this. I like this bet a lot for a quarter unit. I think having him kick 3 field goals is possible. Having him just kick 3 field goals and have 9 points, and then we're over on this at 6.5. I was surprised to see that number be where it is. I thought it would be higher than that. So 6.5, Nick Folk over at plus 105. All right. So those are the plays. You've got 6 of them going here for the game, 2 total bets, and 4 player props coming up for a Saturday. All right. So we're going to have a lot more this weekend, obviously, right? So I already have San Fran plus 3. We already have Bucks minus 2.5 and the under 52. I have another bet in the Discord channel. I'll explain it more tomorrow, but I got into it with KC minus 7 in the first half at minus 115. Told you guys about that on the Discord channel. We'll have more of an explanation coming up on the podcast tomorrow. Live stream Sunday morning as well with me, with player props, everything else going in like I always give you guys on a big football Saturday. So we've got officially 1, 2, 3 units going today on a football Saturday. That's good number. We'll have 4 to 5 units going coming up on Sunday. This is where I fell on my face last year. Okay. If you've been with the Daily Juice, I lost 9 units in the playoffs last year. I was up 12 units going into the playoffs and I lost 9. I think I'm down 9 units right now in the NFL. Let's see if I can make a dent or do I fall on my face again. The numbers are super sharp. It's very difficult to beat the books in the postseason. This is when everybody bets and the books clean up. So you got to be careful. I'm okay if I lose these bets. I don't want to lose these bets, but just a heads up as a reminder as to what the playoffs were like for me last year. They were not pretty. It was not a good run for me at all in the postseason. So once again, to recap all the plays for us here on the Daily Juice, Bengals team total over 27.5. Raiders team total under 21.5. Patriots plus 10 under 50. Same game teaser at minus 120. Derek Carr under 254.5 yards passing. Joe Burrow over 1.5 touchdown tosses. Mac Jones under 30.5 passing attempts. And Nick Folk over 6.5 at plus 105. Over 6.5 points scored for him. Those are the plays for us here on a Saturday edition of the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt. We'll be watching games all day long here on a Wildcard Saturday here for the Daily Juice podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.